Peace. What's going on? Peace, peace, peace. Listen, y'all. I hope y'all feeling good. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Everybody got together, ate some good food, hung out with their family and friends, had a good time. I hope y'all did. Oh, man. So I'm feeling great today. I just wanted to come in here and just kind of talk to y'all about something that I haven't spoken about too much in the public or whatnot. And I was just kind of waiting for the right time for all things to be good, and all things are great. So today I just want to come on and talk to y'all a little bit about Najla. Najla, peace. I just wanted to come in and kick it with y'all, man, about some up and coming situations going on that I'm very proud about. So if you got a paper and pen, write this down. www. Spiritual Ascension University. www. Spiritual Ascension University. What the hell is that? That's what I said when they first reached out to me. I thought it was some gimmick or some bullshit. Like, wait, what? Who is that? And then I looked further, went onto their website, and I was like, wow, this is nicely put together. This is very, very professional. And then I started looking through what they teach in Spiritual Ascension University. And I was amazed. I was talking about it for hours. I was like, I had no idea that there was a university out here that was covering these subjects the way that they are covering them. It was awesome. And at that time, I started to understand what it was and why they had reached out to me and requested that I teach a psychedelic class at the university. Well, to say that I was apprehensive at first is an understatement. This community, the conscious community, the psychedelic community, the spiritual community has shown to be not what I thought it to be. Let me just leave it like that. I don't want to put no shame spaces, right? But there's been quite a bit of competition, backstabbing, talking shit, trying to actually telling people don't deal with that person because they're mean. Don't deal with that person because they whatever shit that they want to make up. So it's like it's been very competitive and a whole lot of petty bullshit. So at first I was kind of like, man, whoever this is, I'm not interested. Like I've been trying to link and what is that called where you work collab with people in this community for a few years, and it always turns out to bite me in the ass. It always turns out that I end up saying to myself, you could have just did your shit yourself instead of doing that. You out here chasing to bring people to your city and put them on platforms and all of this, and motherfuckers won't even give you their ass to kiss, right? So already enrolled, one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. Y'all hear that? Yeah, Najla said, I'm already enrolled, and it was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made. Now, so let me be clear. Since I have accepted the invitation from Spiritual Ascension University and started dealing with them, I have met quite a few people who are already part of the Spiritual Ascension University's curriculum, already taking their classes, their courses, different things like that. And I have met some of these individuals, and I must say that in my over 20 years of doing what I do, shaman work, medicine man work, teaching, counseling, all of this shit, some of those people from that class that I have met have been some of the most prepared and most positively responsive people that I've met, as well as loving. Everybody that I've met that has been associated with Spiritual Ascension University has been loving, has had outstanding integrity, has had outstanding communication, and have had the ability to sit with me and take the things that's being said without offense, without feeling like somebody's attacking you, without feeling like, oh, I need to run away from here and go speak foul on you because you just brought awareness to some things that I have going on within me. So me personally, I have a fond love for anybody that is coming through Spiritual Ascension University to me. The people that I have met from there have been top notch. Now, let me fire my blunt. Let's talk about it. So, like I said, they reached out to me in my inbox. Let me know that they've been following me for a minute, paying attention to me, listening to me, watching me for some years now. And the roughness of my character was nothing to them. They got past that. They seen through that. Like, okay, yeah, I see how he talk. I see how he move. He from the urban city. He prior service military. They understood that what some people see and be like, I don't know. They understood where it was from. He was like, oh no, I ain't tripping on that. And I give thanks for that. So with that being said, they reached out and offered me a position to teach at the university. After some thorough research, I was like, you know what? This is something that I would like to do. And I gave a class at the Spiritual Ascension University on an introduction to psychedelics. And I must say, the people in that class was awesome. The class was awesome. Professor Melanie is awesome. It was everything that I didn't know that it would be. I enjoyed myself immensely. The students had great feedback going back and forth, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. And afterward, Professor Melanie was like, hey, we liked what you did. We would like you to give another class. The first class was an introduction. The second class, I want you to bring them into familiarization. Like, give them some familiarization with psychedelics and the psychedelic realm. What's going on? What are these things? What do they have to offer? And I did another class. And that class was absolutely awesome. Now, for those who don't know, about a year ago, I was at the Condor Approach, the Condor integration training. If you're not integration trained, I would thecondorapproach.com. I'll leave it at that. But I was at the Condor Approach, and I stood up to speak to everybody in there. And I explained to them that the changes that I've been going through, I've realized that I have a passion and a gift for teaching. And I said, I want to teach more. Okay? Since then, I have been given 3 teaching positions. My answers have been, my requests have been answered. And Spiritual Ascension University was one of those places. So when I did the second class, enjoyed it. To my surprise, Professor Melanie appreciated it so much that she invited me to teach a full curriculum at the Spiritual Ascension University. I am honored to be a part of anybody's story, but it's just something special about when I get to be a part of a person's story who is big in this community. And make no mistake about it, Professor Melanie is about as big as it gets. I ain't talking about famous. I ain't talking about hood rich. I ain't talking about accepted in the corners of the conversations in the barbershops. I'm talking about actually making an impact on our community. I know, running the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, that one of the greatest things that you could offer people is education. And the platform that Spiritual Ascension University has built and offered to our community is outstanding. I have been a shaman, a medicine man, a teacher, and a man of our village for over 25 years. And in that time of teaching and bringing people aware of knowledge of self, knowledge of their community, knowledge of food, diet, knowledge of all of these different things, I have never seen a curriculum that prepares and covers the average individual for their spiritual growth, their character growth and development, and mental, emotional, and physical healing all together in one, in platforms of moving through, starting out. You know, she knows where you need to start, and she knows where you're headed. And the Spiritual Ascension University is built and crafted just for that. And I am honored to be the newest addition to the Spiritual Ascension University curriculum. Not only was I offered a class, but a full curriculum, a full certification that's added to the certification program that the Spiritual Ascension University already has going. They actually changed their curriculum just to fit little old me in. It's an honor. It's a privilege. And to any and everybody who has ever asked me questions, who wanted to learn more about psychedelics, more about entheogens, more about these plant medicine and the healing potentials and the trauma and all of this, trauma healings and all of these things that they do, I would invite you to type in www.spiritualascensionuniversity. Check out what they're doing. Check out how their prices are very, very, let's put it like this. Professor Melanie is not out to get rich off of y'all. As a teacher and an owner of an academy, I'm telling y'all, the way that she set her stuff up, the way that what she's charging, all of this, she literally wants the people to get this. It's not set up like, ooh, I'm about to get paid off all these motherfuckers. They ain't even know. Like the education that she's giving, the price that she's charging, I am amazed. I'm amazed. As a teacher, as somebody who runs an academy, runs a school, like these things are not easy to do. It's not cheap. It's a whole lot of shit that goes into it that people don't see. But somehow she still has it priced to where most people can get right in there and get started. And the things that you learn, I like to say that in my mind, Spiritual Ascension University, anybody who's went through that is ready to go to the next level. They're ready to come see me. A lot of times when people come see me, we have to take them back through some basics. We have to teach them about what chakras are. We have to teach them about the correspondence between certain things and how that works in the body. We have to teach them about their human design, their astrology, their numerology. We have to teach them about a lot of different things to bring them up to the level of understanding to now decide how they're going to go further. And it is my belief that, and let me just tell you this, I'm not getting paid to say this. I wasn't asked to, none of this. This is literally, I was like, you know what? Let me get on and speak about what I'm doing, where I'm doing it at, and give the people some understanding about what this is. So Professor Melanie, nobody at Spiritual Ascension University asked me to do this. It's not part of the program. It's, oh, well, you're a teacher here, so you must go on social media and tell people about us. No. I don't do things like that. Nowhere I go will anybody tell me it's part of what we do. You have to go talk about us. No, I'm going to experience what's going on, and I might talk about you, but when I do, I'm going to tell the truth. Hey, y'all, this shit was whack. It was set up wrong. The people was just, oh, let's set something up to get money real quick and offer them some bullshit education. No, I'll tell the truth. And that's what I'm here to do. Spiritual Ascension University is a blessing to those who are coming out of religious backgrounds, who are coming out of being raised in a place where you were covered and coveted and wasn't allowed to understand what's going on in the world. People who come from backgrounds where the woo-woo shit was frowned upon. When they start talking about chakras and crystals and spiritual work, people go, here we go with this shit. And you never was exposed to this type of thing. Spiritual Ascension University is perfect for those who have no knowledge of none of these things and understandings of how these things operate. You get in curriculum, take these classes and courses, and when you come out, you ready. You ready. You going to any circle, any spiritual class, any character growth and development, and you're understanding the principles that people are talking about. Now, when somebody says your root chakra's blocked and you need to do, you know what I'm saying, some work with the color red or da-da-da, you understand what the fuck they talking about and why they said that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That you know, they understand. So that's how I see Spiritual Ascension University. I see it like grassroots. It's like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to know anything. A lot of classes and courses, you got to have some, listen, for those of y'all who want to be snake venom practitioners and Campbell practitioners, you don't have to be certified in anything. You don't have to have certain degrees in anything, but you have to have a understanding of the human body. How are you going to, that's like saying I want to work on cars, but I don't know what a steering wheel is. If you want to work on cars, you must know what an engine is, what a transmission is, what a battery is, what a gas tank is, what a axle is, what a chassis, the thing to go down the middle. I'm not a mechanic. I ain't got to know. Right? So that aspect is what I'm talking about. And with Spiritual Ascension University, it's like, no, come on, baby. Where you coming from? It don't matter. Come on in. We got you. Don't worry about if you know that or not. We're going to teach you that in the first 2 weeks. Then we're going to take you into, and then once you finish that, your next class, they're going to take you for, like the way even the classes are set up. I'm all about it. I was in love with it the first time I laid eyes on it, which was when they came and asked me to become an instructor. So from scratch, it was like, who is these people? What are they talking about? What y'all do? Wait, let me go look. Oh, and then hold on. Okay, that's enough about Spiritual Ascension University. Professor Melanie, don't tell her I said this, but I don't think she's human. I don't think she's human. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. It's people that I've met on my path, in my walks, and it's like when I meet them, when I see them, when I get a taste of them, I'm like, oh no, you ain't fooling me. You're extraterrestrial. You're not even from here. You a shapeshifter. You shift into this human existence, but you're not. Because why the fuck you don't age? And why the fuck every time I see you, you look like you just was poured into the mold and then ripped out the plastic. Okay? Professor Melanie, for those who have eyes to see, it's very easy to see she's not normal. There's something in her, on her, around her, or within her that keeps her at like this state of brand fucking new. Every time I see her, she looks like she was ripped out the plastic. Okay, first of all, she is not. She is much greater. Okay, I'll take that. First of all, okay. Second of all, her demeanor and how she deals with people. She seems to be so sweet. But then, like, you look further and it's like, this is nothing to fucking play with. But she don't give off either one of those energies overbearingly. It's kind of like, oh, she's sweet. And it's like, oh, she ain't playing. And it's like, wait, is she sweet or I don't know. It's like a mixture of the two. Like she seems sweet as hell, but she also seemed like, get it twisted if you want to. You'll fuck around and find out today. Okay? So her personality is really, really dope. It's really dope. But then her knowledge reigns supreme. Her knowledge reigns supreme. Log on to her YouTube pages. Watch some of her videos. Listen to her drop science. Listen, I'm a scientist. I'm a medicine man. I'm a healer. I'm a herbologist. I'm a sacred animal venoms practitioner. I study a lot of shit. And so for me, when I listen to people talk and build and teach, I'm like listening for like, all right, are y'all just giving people surface level shit? No, she is a scientist. She knows her shit and she give it to you. She give it to you. I'm talking about all of it. You got time? Okay, you got time? Okay, check it out. Not no surface level, just give you the quick, just no. And I respect the shit out of that. That's what I love, when people have knowledge and give it. A lot of people use their knowledge to barter with. Fuck that. I'm here. Give it to me. Professor Melanie, she gives it to you. So, not just that, but she is a woman of the community. You ain't gonna see her in a bunch of circles. You're not gonna hear her name, but her works and her ability to collaborate. That was the one thing that let me know when I was going to research, who is this person reaching out to me? How long before we go any, I don't know, and I don't deal with. And I started seeing who are the people who are connected with her. In her university, who are the instructors? Who does she collab with? Who does she reach out to and say, look, I have a university and we're teaching all of these things. Would you like to be a professor? The people that are in there, the people that I'm going, oh shit. That's when I realized, no, this is some real shit. Look, here goes so-and-so. Look, here, look. I ain't even know what the, hold on. Let me call him. No, I ain't even got to call him. You know what? Yeah, right? So she has brought some very notable people in the community to her university, such as myself, to teach people. So it's not like oh, I want this to be all about me. I want to receive everything. I want to get out. No. That's another thing that made me respect her. When I seen the list of people, you are taught by master teachers. Facts. That I am. And so are some of the people who are in her university as teachers. And to be clear, I mean, most of us, that's what kind of teachers we want. We want teachers who have sat at the feet of the masters, have gotten the jewels from mouth to ear. This is where the real shit come in at, the real knowledge, the real experiences, and this is what you want to be displayed to you. You don't want somebody who just read a bunch of books and saying, oh, I read this and I'm a master at this because I read all the books in it. Have you done it? Have you spoken to the people who have done it? Do you know when you talk about these different fields, when we talk about the healing field, you hear about Dr. Sebi. You hear about Queen Afua. You hear about what's the young guy name? Ralph. Oh, this new brother. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The new brother. Kind of heavy set. Ralph Akini. Akini, I believe is his name. Salute to that brother. You know what I'm saying? A Sincere Seven. An Acacia Lewis. A Chief Nighthawk. Brother Dooley. You'll hear these names and you'll know these people's history and you'll know who they built with and who they work with and who they, right? You know what I'm saying? And so when you get to the point, like when I got ready to learn martial arts, I wanted to learn from the master. And if the master wasn't teaching, who was his number one student? Because I want to learn from him. Who did he say, hey, this person has got the reins to pass down this art? That's who I want to learn from. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you get a university full of these master teachers who have sat at the feet, or these teachers who have sat at the feet of master teachers, right? These people who are the next up and coming, these people who are the new conglomerate of, right? That's what you want. That's what you want. I don't want to learn something from somebody who just, like, there's people out here who learn Cambo off the internet. They read about it, they ordered the stick, somebody told them, and they started doing Cambo. Me personally, first of all, I don't want that person doing Cambo on me. Second of all, I definitely don't want them teaching me because they don't know shit. So with that being said, that's the other thing that made me go, oh, no, I like this. She's reaching out for the quality people, not the famous ones, not the ones everybody like, not the ones who tell you but the ones who actually have done it, are doing it, and have the knowledge. But if they hurt your feelings about the way they talk, they have the knowledge, and that's what we want to transfer to you. And that type of thinking is the type of thinking that I can get down with. You're not judging me personally. You're judging me academically, and that's perfect because as a civilized individual, that's what I'm bringing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sprinkle in some of my personality in my curriculum and in my teachings. But this is not a platform for me to come and do cushion coffee and hang out and talk about why poly is. Nobody gives a shit about my personal. That's why I begin so frustrated a lot of times when we end up in certain circles and people start bringing up personal shit. Like, what does that have to do what we here for today. When I'm at Spiritual Ascension University teaching, I'm not smoking. I'm not talking about my personal preferences and what I like. No, I'm here to teach a class on something that I'm mastering. And that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. Fuck around and find out. Hey, she allowed me to create the entire curriculum. That I loved. I'm talking about I had total creative freedom over everything. Everything you're going to hear is because I decided that I think if I'm going to teach students and this is what they're going to leave with, they need to know these things. Nothing was, okay, well, make sure you touch on this. And I know that a lot of people are interested in this, so speak about this. No, there was no, everything was integrity. It was like, that's what I love about it. Some places that I've tried to work with, it becomes clear that, oh, you're not really trying to give them the best. You're trying to give them what you think that they want to make it like, ooh, so you can put a price on it, so you can get in there and offer them something that really they didn't get the best of. No, she like this whole John was, if an individual's going to get certified in this, what do they need to know and why? What is the point of this? What are you going to teach them? What's the practicums going to be about? Oh my goodness. And it took a while to create this curriculum. It did. It was so much. Y'all got to understand, I've been in these realms as a shaman for over 20 years. There was so much I wanted to teach, so much I wanted to cover. But then I had to say, hold on. This is a curriculum for introduction to and familiarization, and because there's the introducing, the familiarization, and then the realization. The realization, like, okay, now I realize, like, so I want to give all of those. So with that being said, I did have to kind of dig in to get the most important. There's some things that I left out. You know, I ain't talk about coffee. I ain't talk about cannabis. I didn't talk. It's a lot of things that I didn't even mention. You know what I'm saying? Which when we start opening the curriculum up and actually having the conversations, I'll probably throw some honorable mentions in. You know what I'm saying? But the class in its entirety is literally banger after banger after banger after banger, to where when you leave this class, you'll probably be able to go in any circles around any psychonauts and never get lost in the conversation. And that feels good. She gave me total creative freedom. That is one of the greatest things that you can have as a teacher or instructor at somebody else's university. So I'm grateful for that. So I just wanted to again come on and tell y'all, Spiritual Ascension University, if you want to join the university, www.spiritualascensionuniversity. If you want to take the psychedelic course that I will be teaching, for those who have been asking about me teaching about the psychedelics, this is perfect. This, you don't need my one-on-one. You don't need what the one I do with the Psychonaut Academy Detroit. Go on, because you can go on to Spiritual Ascension University, I believe, and you don't have to take the full curriculum. I believe you can go on and just log on for any class, prepping students to become the masters, the next masters. That's right. That's right. That's right. Because we need more out here. I wasn't really even aware of it until when I went on National Geographic, and of course was, you know, now being shown all over the world. And I had people that started to call me from all over the planet, and people kept saying, I am so glad to be made of acquaintance because we need more Black shaman. We don't have a lot of y'all. And I did not realize that. I did not know that. I've always been in my own bubble in Detroit. You know, when you talk about Wakanda and the Black Panther and his people, and then you had the Jabari tribe, right? Woo, woo, woo. Well, when you come to Detroit, the E's, Baba Kalinde E, the Tamarian Institute, all of them, they are like the foundation. Baba Kalinde, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Baba Kalinde and Baba Mudu, right? So I'm part of the Wakanda, but I'm off in my own little branch, like the Jabari is. They be part of Wakanda, but the Black Panther and that royalty, that house of royalty, Jabari sits outside of that. Yeah, part honor. I'll sit at the table when things go on. I'm there. If something pop off and they got trouble, oh, I'm definitely got they back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also a loudmouth motherfucker. We talking shit and look, stay to your own shit. So within that little bubble, I never really paid attention to too much outside in the world. So I was always under the impression that there was a bunch of black shamans and a bunch of black medicine workers. And I thought that I was like, you know, bottom of the totem pole type of shit. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't mind that. I'm okay with that. I've been there before on some look at me type of shit, and it did not go well. So I've learned to walk comfortably, what they say, walk quietly, and I carry a big stick. I greet the peoples in peace. I walk the streets in humility and greet the people in peace, right? But I'm kind of a big deal, right? So with that being said, I'm thinking I'm not really registering out here and that there's all type of practitioners that look like us. Come to find out, that was not the truth. And so with that being said, I'm glad that there's a lot more interest in these realms, whether it be the sacred animal venoms or the psychedelics or the entheogens, all of it, like from our people, like tapping back into that spirituality, those divination practices, these revelation practices, time jumping, going back and forth in the future, biolocating, all of these special powers and abilities that people are bringing back, tapping back into their magic and finding the masters within themselves and allowing those to come out, losing this fear of sitting on your platform, proud, and saying, I'm kind of a big, Nydia, peace, Nydia, the ganja clergy. Listen, I've never heard her say it, but let me tell you, she's kind of a big deal. Tom Cole of the Condor approach, they're kind of a big deal. Professor Melanie of the Spiritual Ascension University, she's kind of a big deal. You understand? And so these people are creating the opportunities and the avenues for people who think they're just the average Joe to understand, not to become, not to learn, not to find out, but just to understand you are kind of a big deal. You don't need to become one. You don't need to find, no, you just need to understand that. Because when you do, you'll start carrying yourself as such. And you'll start placing yourself around individuals such as yourself that are kind of big deals. See, I used to get off on the idea that I'm the man. I'm the man. I had 3 wives, 4 homes, a few Mercedes, couple of whips, multiple businesses, making mad money. Everybody in the city knew me. I'm out here popping my shit. Yeah, I'm out here popping my shit. And then I was not giving no reverence. I was like, ancestor realm, fuck the ancestors. Ain't no God outside of me. I ain't shit out here, man. Y'all tripping. I make this shit happen. I'm the man. I'm the power. I'm the source. And the universe was like, oh, word? Oh, well, shit, our bad. Let us get out your way. And if y'all know the story of Job, I lost my wives. I lost my children. I lost my businesses. I lost my vehicles. I lost my homes. I went from a boss to a bum in 6 months. From jacuzzi, bathtubs, and European sinks up in this motherfucking beautiful ass house to squatting in a house off of 7 Mile in Conant in an abando that when you flush the toilet, you can hear it going and splashing into the basement. I had to board up all of the vents in the house so that the feces, the smell, and the bacteria wouldn't come up into the next level. Oh my God, what? Yeah, that's where I was living. A bum. I went through depression. I lost everything. Last thing that I had that I was holding on to was my Mercedes. And Spirit told me, you can keep holding on to whatever you want. As long as you holding on, you can go through this shit. And I said, all right, fuck it. I need to sell this Mercedes and buy me a fucking house. because I lost all of my homes, all 4 of them. So I put my Mercedes up for sale on Craigslist. Listen, I'm saying to my girl, the only one I had left at the time, I said, I'm putting the Mercedes up for sale so we can buy a house. Because remember, I'm in Detroit. We could buy a house for goddamn $2,000-$3,000, all right? So I put the Mercedes up for sale, and I get a call, and my man said, look, I know this is going to sound crazy, but hear me out. I'm like, what's up? He said, I just seen your car for sale on Craigslist. I'm in, I think it was North Carolina. He said, I used to own homes and do real estate, and I moved, and I got one house left, and I'm willing to trade it for your Mercedes if you want. And I'm like, ain't that something? I'm trying to sell the Mercedes so I could buy a house. He talking about trading Mercedes for the house. I said, give me the address. He gave me the address. I pulled up to the Psychedelics Academy of Detroit, as y'all know it. And it was a brick house. And I'm like, what? And I came in, I busted it. I ain't gonna lie, I came in and shit. And I went through and I looked, and I hit my man back like, bet, let's do it right now. I send you the title, I send you the car, woo, 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 right? And he was like, look, I gotta keep it 100 with you though. The reason I can't sell it is because it's a knucklehead, call himself a hood gangster type of dude. And every time I send somebody over there, he always run them off. He pulling guns, he beating people up. Like, so I just want to tell you the truth. Like, it come with a knucklehead, and I don't know. I said, don't worry about it. I'm a problem solver. So if I got a problem, I'll solve it. And he's like, all right, bet. Traded him for the house. Went through some things to get the house. That's another story. I'll tell that story another day. Got the house, and once I got it, I literally just went through depression. Because now I don't have nothing to worry about. I don't have nothing that I need to achieve. I own the home. So I don't have my bills, you know what I'm saying? A heat bill or whatever, $100, right? So I didn't have nothing, no responsibilities. And I just went through depression for months. I just laid in this bitch crying and just trying to figure out where I went wrong. And I did. And after going through that, and there was a spiritual rebirth that happened. That is a crazy story. I will tell that on another day. And I was given myself back. I was given myself back. And at that time is where I started getting back into my works. And as you all see and know me now, this is the new me. The relationship that I just went through, that was the first relationship after the depression. This is why I was willing to even tap in to see if I was okay with monogamy. I was grateful just to have a relationship. And when I got those children, I was grateful to get my family, have the access to, you understand? Now y'all follow me? Y'all, literally, most of y'all are meeting me after this depression. So when I talk about being honored to be a part of your story, that's because that's a safe space for me. I used to be the story. Listen, National Geographic won my first time, the newspaper, all of this shit that's been happening over these last 5 years. None of this is new. The way I'm responding to it is new. Remember, if y'all know me, y'all know that I grow the best cannabis in Michigan. So I've been serving the artists, Busta Rhymes, Method Man and Redman, Keith Murray, Rakim, Julian Marley, the Wailers, all of these people, I'm serving them. We smoking weed together. I'm their weed man. Like, they come and hang out at my grow houses and just chill. Real life shit. This is my life. So I had that like, oh, your life is very rewarding but I had an ego. Like, I thought I was the man. So now being recognized by anybody else is honorable to me. No, you the man. And I'm honored to be a part of your story. You're the man. You got to think, there's people that I've served medicine to, that I've served entheogens to, that I've assisted with character growth and development, that I've assisted with their alchemical changes within their life. I'm an alchemist. I'm mutant. I'm a mutant. I'm here to mutinize you. I'm here to change you from one thing to another different thing on another level. That's when people meet me. That's when they come see me. That's when you end up sitting at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, smoking a blunt with me, sipping on some coffee. You're about to go through a major change. After that change, you become greater than you were, because you was great when you got here. You know what I'm saying? You become whatever it is that you do. When you go on about your business and people speak about you, you speak about me. That is an honorable position. Like, you got to understand, when you watching Erykah Badu and Will Smith and these different people talking about their ayahuasca journeys, they might not name their medicine man, but these people are talking to me. Yeah, I got a shaman who did it. I got a medicine man who did it. There's people who talk about me just like that. That's all the honor I need, even if they don't name me. Imagine the people I'm seeing on TV. They're like, yeah, you know, I got somebody who they serve, and they look at the TV. I know they looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, salute. Like, yeah, you ain't got to say my name. Fuck you, me. You know what I'm saying? Being part of your story is an honor. Pebbles, come on. That girl bring tears to my eyes when she sit around and she's telling people how, yeah, my body was riddled with cancer. 4 different types. I'm going to the hospital. I'm telling them, fuck that. I'm not doing chemo radiation no more. That shit'll kill you. And then I met 7. And the way she say it when she be telling the story and I be there and just look at me and then I met 7. We smoked weed and he telling me about snake venom. Yeah, I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And then I go to the hospital and and they said I was cancer free, and she get to crying, and everybody in the room get to crying, and she just tells the story, and it'd be like, oh my God, like being a part of that story. What the fuck you mean, man? Come on, like, what? There's nothing I can talk. Oh, I grow the best weed, and I got women, and I got a nice car, and that shit means nothing in comparison to that, right? So when the queens say creating the avenues for the new master teachers, for the new master healers, facts, that is an honor. These individuals who have come to the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit and learned these sacred animal venoms practices and what they doing with them now, what they went out here and did with the knowledge that they got from little old me, what they doing, the people they healing, the lives that they changing, the way they're affecting the world. I get to come up in those stories. That's all I need. Ain't nothing greater than that. I'm honored. And I love y'all, and I love the ability, the positions y'all put me in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I grew up feeling worthless. I grew up feeling like I was stupid. My mama ain't want me. My daddy, he only wanted me as an extra body, like, nigga, to help him do dirt. Everywhere I went, I felt like I was misused. And all I wanted to do was be used correctly. And learning these modalities, learning these medicines, tapping in and getting these spiritual security clearances and being obedient and receiving this gift of community that not only supports me, but goes out here and carries on the works that I'm doing, that I was inspired by Baba Kalende. That's what he's known to say. Continue the works. Do the works. Nydia said, we ain't done. Let's get it. I'm honored to be connected with people such as Nydia, such as Dawn, such as Tatiana, such as Brandy Lee, such as Dan Washburn, such as Kaylon, baby girl in Texas, Mandy, man, come on, Summer, come on, man, it's so many people, and it's like the shit that they doing and the way that they affecting the world, like, you know what I'm saying, like, come on, like, and like she said, we just getting started. The Psychonaut Academy of Detroit has decided to extend its curriculum to not only now teach the sacred animal venoms practitioner training, but we are also teaching how to prepare people to become entheogenic practitioners as well as alternative healthcare practitioners. We have some very extensive curriculum. We have partnered with some very awesome teachers, some very awesome plant practitioners, fungi practitioners, animal practitioners, mineral practitioners. We have some of the dopest curriculum being offered in America being released next year. Quote me on that. Quote me, and I challenge you to show me anywhere that has anything comparable to ours. I challenge you. You might want to go onto the houseofgenesis.org and sign up for the email list. You're going to want to stay abreast. The people that we've connected to and I had no idea going in that it was going to be what it is. The ideas that I had was like here, because I didn't think that I had the ability to pull this off. Come to find out, all the people that are backing me, the shit's going to be here. Yeah, this is really dope. We got some dope teachers teaching some dope classes. We got some dope courses. We got people in different countries that are going to take people into training. So really, let me just be very clear. For those people who have been asking about becoming practitioners of ayahuasca, practitioners of mushrooms, practitioners of the cactus and the peyotes and these different modalities, right? All of this shit is about to be offered and at your hands. The question is, are you willing to take the time to accept what's being offered? Now, the only thing that can get in the way is anything in your life. We have literally created every avenue needed for you to become an alternative healthcare practitioner, an entheogenic practitioner, a shaman, or a magical practitioner dealing with magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. Oh my God. So yeah, man, when I said that the passion for education, for teaching, I remember at one point in time being frustrated as hell because money was not coming in the way that I felt that it should. And I remember saying out loud, all I do is fucking study. What the fuck am I even studying for? Like, I'm the only nigga I know sitting around reading a bunch of fucking books all day. This shit's stupid. This shit ain't no fucking money. Now, my knowledge reigns supreme. All of the knowledge that I was gaining, all of the experiences all the time that I was going in on mushrooms, 7 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams, 9 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams, 12 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams, 12, 15. Like, all of the shit that I was doing, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You wasting time. Now, all of it is paying off. Now, all of it is paying off. This is what people be talking about when they say pay your dues, y'all. Pay your dues. That's all you got to do is stay consistent. That's it. Because most people are not. Let me tell you, that's why I have the positions that I have in the city. Because I was the only person, one of the only people, doing this consistently. When I say doing this, I mean doing this. Wasn't doing nothing else. Run my businesses, raising my family, but living this as a culture. Not have no job and working a job, and then on the weekends I might dabble a little. No, every day, all day, literally, plant medicine, spiritual works for over 20 years. I'm talking about years in the grow room every day, talking back and forth with the cannabis. Years in the mushroom grow room, talking back and forth with the mushrooms, going in, sitting, holding space for people, gatekeeping for people. There's a difference between a trip sitter and a gatekeeper, y'all. Do y'all know the difference? You know what I'm saying? That's one of them things that we talk about. What's the difference between an administrator, a practitioner, and a facilitator? What's the difference in a trip sitter and a gatekeeper? Yeah. Yeah, these different terms, these different practices. I spent time ayahuasca, dealing with the ayahuasca. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the training, dealing with the understanding of, learning, listening to the teachers, listening to those ahead of me who have the knowledge and willing to pass it down, doing what they say. You know what I'm saying? Then going into your own works, your own practices, doing what spirit say, being obedient to spirit, having a relationship with spirit. These things is important. Spiritual hygiene. And the more you practice these things, the more the gifts, these abilities, the knowledge, it reigns supreme. It reigns supreme, right? Yours, only yours. Because whatever it is you studying, whatever it is you doing, whatever it is you paying attention to, whatever reason that you go into www.spiritualascensionuniversity and sign up for whatever course or class that they offer, the human design, the astrology, the herbology, all of that, there's a reason for it. And you might not know why. I don't know why I'm pulled to take this class. Then years later, it's something else that pairs perfectly with it. You was already prepped because you already took that. Now you taking this and they say, I would advise y'all to go learn more about blah, blah, blah. You like, I've been doing that for, oh, I see how that connects. Oh, shit. You already on the next level. You ain't even finished the damn class yet. You know how many times I done went through that? Because a lot of my knowledge is linear. Whatever I'm doing is connects, like the cannabis connected to the mushrooms. The mushrooms connected to the cambo connected to the snake venom, snake venom connected to scorpion venom, and all that shit connected to integration. All of that connects back to where I started, diet and nutrition, how to eat to live. The first person that we got cancer up at their body, I ain't know nothing about snake venom animal medicines then. We changed their diet. Wait, what? Yeah, check my resume. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. We changed their diet. We work with what we got. We work with the knowledge that we got, but our knowledge reigns supreme. Now we got, now we got more modalities on top of more modalities. When I have a client that come to me, usually I'm confident that we gonna address this and get this knocked out. Whatever it is. Why? Because I started off here. Whatever, all we had was diet. Whatever you going through, we know how to alter that diet to address it. Then I started learning herbal medicines. Oh, okay, let's throw some herbs on top. Oh, then I learned the mineral medicines. Oh, wait, we got to get your mineral content to the right order before we can even throw some herbs in there. We throwing all the nutrients and herbs you need, but your body can't process them because you don't have enough calcium for the calcium channels to do. You don't have enough phosphorus for the phosphorus ion channels to activate. You don't have enough. You know, people can have a heart attack from a lack of magnesium. That was it, just magnesium. You just didn't have no magnesium. I mean, you had a heart attack. Your minerals. So then, understanding that, boom, then I learned the animal medicines, and I was like, oh, wait, oh, my goodness. No wonder I didn't learn this first. There was no fucking way I would have went and studied all that other shit. What? If I would have got the animal medicines first, I would have never studied herbology. I would have never studied diet and nutrition. I would have never studied fungi. Well, I don't know about that. Hold on, dog. I would have been fucking with them fungi. But on the that's the shaman side of me. On the medicine man side of me, on the alternative healing that I do, if I would have got the sacred animal venoms first, I would have never learned all the rest of that shit. The animal venoms is so powerful. They're so alert. They're so intentional. They're so fast. Love them. My passion is here. I love it. So I'm grateful for the way that the ancestral realms is what I believe is really responsible for a lot of what I've been going through, with some celestial influence. I really give thanks to them for the order of operations that they caused me to go through, the military, and, you know, the wartime events before the military with my father and the things that he put me through, and the getting out and practicing violence and the problem solving work. at a time I felt bad for the things that I found myself doing in life. And later I understood that's because that's all you've been your whole life. And you had to see the far extreme to be able to come back to go to the far extreme on the other side. You can only hate somebody as much as you've loved them. So with that being said, I'm still a problem solver. It's just now it's internal. You have a problem happening internal, hit your guy up. I'm on it. What's that sucker's resume? First of all, when I deal with healing, I'm dealing with it very aggressively. We're going to war. I'm not a namaste, oh, love and light, let's pray and do some breath work. Nah. Give me the sucker's resume. Yo, what's the name of this thing? All right, what it do? How does it communicate? How does it, like, I'm military trained. I know the questions to ask. When you are going to battle with an enemy, the first individual we send out is the scouts. Very quietly, just go pick up information. That's what they're doing. They're going and scouting who the enemy is. How many of them is it? Where are they located? How are they set up? How are they communicating? How are they traveling? What type of weapons do they have? We need to know all of this. My part of myself, I'm starting to take my consciousness somewhere that it doesn't need to be. Y'all see how that aggressiveness was waking up? That's what happens. That's how I feel when something is an ailment that's coming against you. This is serious, and we need to get all this information. Now that the scouts have came and got all this information, they bring it back so we can see the territory we dealing with, which is your body, and we see where the enemy is at and what he does, how he operates, how he communicates. One, we want to stop their communication. Two, we want to stop their ability to transport themselves, right? We want to stop their ability to move. We want to stop it. So now they can't communicate and call in no outer forces, and now they can't move from where they at. Now we're going to start picking them off from the air, from the land, and if it's any type of water around, water to surface. Boom, right? And it's a certain way that we going to be hitting them, because when you hit them here, they're going to start to run this way. That's when you hit them here. Then we flank them from both these positions. Now we flush out the rest of them that's there, right? And this is how you have to approach this. This is when you get me as your healer, as your practitioner, just understand that's how I'm going at this. I'm not a namaste. Now, do we do yoga? Hell yeah. Do we do breath work? Hell yeah. Do we do all of that? Yeah, those are medicines of the kingdom of man. Remember, I teach to heal through the kingdoms, those 5 kingdoms. When you're dealing with me, we looking at each kingdom and we saying, what do we need from each kingdom to insinuate and potentiate what we doing here? The first kingdom is the mineral kingdom. We got to make sure all your minerals is right. Then the next kingdom is the plant kingdom. We got to put you on a 90 to 120 day plant regimen, some herbs, some things that you need for your body to heal whatever's going on. Then we need to go into the fungi kingdom. What kind of mushrooms do you need to be dealing with? Do you need psilocybin, or do you need lion's mane for the brain? Do you need turkey tail? Do you need changa? Right? What's going on with the body? What do we need to build up? What do we need to strengthen? What do we need to repair? Right? Or is there something inside of you that we need to tear down and destroy? These things are anti-tumor, anti-cancer, anti-parasitic. Okay, so now we got the fungi kingdom. Then we go to the animal kingdom. All right, do we need some scorpion venom? We dealing with some root chakra issues, right? Or we dealing with some cleansing and detoxification that needs to go on, and we gonna lean into that Cambo Phyllomedusa bicolored tree frog. God dang, right? The Cambo. Or do you have a deficiency of love or toxicity of fear? And we need to go into the bufo. We hit them animal medicines. Then we go into the kingdom of man. This is your breath work, your yoga, right? Your prayer, your meditation, your placebo, right? Your positive mindset in approaching all of this. When Pebbles came and had that cancer, her placebo was outstanding. Outstanding. She did snake venom once. Full administration, came back. We getting ready to do it the second time. She like, shit, this shit working. What you mean is, how you know? I could feel the tumor getting smaller. I could feel it. I could just feel it. I could just tell. I just know it's just working. I can feel it. I can tell. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like her placebo was outstanding. I won't work with a client if they got nocebo. And if y'all don't know, nocebo is the opposite of placebo. And if y'all don't know what placebo or nocebo is what they refer to in the Western medicine as the belief structure. Like like they'll do these, they'll give you sugar pills and tell you they're giving you medicine, and they're not. And they'll tell you they're giving you medicine, but they're really just sugar pills. And you know, out of 10 people, 7 of them like actually get better. And they say that it's because of the placebo. They're willing to believe that the medicine is working. And they be like, okay, well, you healed. And they like, yo, the medicine worked. And be like, yo, can we tell you the truth about something? What? We never gave you medicine. It was really just sugar cubes. Wait, what? What do you mean? You and your power of belief is what healed you. This is actually scientifically proven. This is not a concept or a theory. I just want y'all to know placebo is a real thing. The opposite of nocebo. And so what they like, and if you take this into quantum physics and you take this into spirituality, it's that the universe only knows how to say you're right. Your consciousness, you saying what is, either is, or what isn't. So when you're doing medicine, you're doing works, you're doing prayers, you're doing all of these things. You're getting your Reiki, you're getting your massages, you're getting your snake venom, you're doing all this, and you're actually saying like, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that this is working. I'm so grateful that this is changing the composition of my body. I'm so grateful that my body is healing. I'm so grateful that illness is leaving me. These mantras that you hear people saying, this ain't no bullshit. Every time they saying that shit out their mouth, their body and the chemistry of their body is changing to match that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, the fuck it is. And when you saying, it's some bullshit. This Reiki shit ain't doing shit. This meditation shit ain't doing shit. This snake venom ain't doing shit. Your body's going, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Man, I'm still going, this cancer's still fucking me up. Yes, it is. The universe only knows how to say you're right. Yes, you're right and okay. That's the universe's language. I don't know if y'all know that. The universe is very feminine and she submits. Okay, baby. You right, baby. That's right, baby. I ain't shit. You right, baby. I can't do it. No, you right, baby. You know what I'm saying? You right. This ain't working. You right, baby. I'm still gonna die. Yeah, baby, you right. Okay. That's nocebo. The universe is gonna agree with whatever the fuck you telling it. You know, so that's part of the kingdom of man. So when you're dealing with me, we dealing with the healing through the kingdoms. That's my thing. That's what when I do these lectures and travel across the U.S. and different places. That's what my first lectures is about, healing through the kingdoms. My second lecture is about the sacred animal venoms kingdom and the healing within. You know what I'm saying? Then we go into the diet, nutrition, and all of that. And then when you bring all that together, we go back to healing through the kingdoms. You got to stack that shit. You know, so that's why I tell people, if you're interested in becoming a practitioner, choose a kingdom first. What kingdom you want to start in? Choose that kingdom and work through that motherfucker. Master that shit. And then once you do that, add on the next kingdom. That's what I'd advise or invite. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to give advice no more. But that's what I'd invite you to do. I feel like that'd be a comfortable route for you to walk through. And if you feel like the sacred animal venoms practitioner training is the route that you want to start at, then of course, reach out. I'll give you the 2025 curriculum. The classes are already set. There are, scholarships available, as well as the price has changed, but the reason is because of what's being given. So back in the day, you would leave with only 2 snake venoms once you finish class, and you would have to come and purchase the rest afterward once you feel like you're ready to go forward. Now we're giving you all of the snake venoms as well as the scorpion venom and the Cambo. So, things have changed, and the students who have taken it are like, man, we wish you would have gave us that option what we went through. So, but okay, so Cora says, are you suggesting people start with a particular kingdom prior to others, or simply choose anyone? I actually would invite people to pick a kingdom and to what I might say, master that kingdom. Yeah, I think because like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I've had quite a few people come who have wanted to become practitioners, and what I have found is they sometimes will discourage themselves because they'll be all over the place, and it becomes too much and too overwhelming because they feel like they have to do everything, or they'll see the types of things that I do or the types of things that I talk about and feel like I just talk about healing through the kingdoms. Well, okay, well, that means I need to go know all of these kingdoms, so let me start going and learning all these kingdoms. And it's like, oh, hold on, slow down, mommy, slow down, poppy. Nah, learn one. Remember the story that said the young bull was talking to the father bull, and they were standing up on the hill, and the young bull, he's looking, and they was looking at all the cows down there, and he said, hey, Baba. And the big bull said, yes, son. He said, let's run down the hill and fuck one of them heifers. And the Baba said, no, son, no. Let's walk down the hill and fuck all of the heifers. No, man, fuck y'all. But anyway, so the point is, to pick something, take your time and work it out. And once you finish with that, go to the next thing, because your clients will respect that a lot more. Because if you are a sacred animal venoms practitioner and they respect you for that, they got to come see you for that. And whatever it is that they dealing with, when you tell them what venom you think would be best, you might even say, now also, I think you might want to add on to the kingdom. So now I also do yoga and Reiki. So if you want to cover the kingdom of man, I can assist you with that. But as far as the plant kingdom, I would advise you to go to, and you have a plant kingdom specialist because we all work in unison. In Detroit, I send people to Mama Tashima herbal, the herbal goddess shack or something like that on 6 Mile, right across from Mary Grove, or up to more herbs up on, what is that, 7 or 8 Mile, more herbs, look it up, so we work in unison. I'll send somebody to the people that I know who fuck with the minerals, or who can get them right with these foundational. So like, as a practitioner, we know other practitioners. So you can just send them to them, because some of those Mama Tashima at the Herbal Shack, she sent people to me for the fungi kingdom, or for the kingdom of man. I mean, kingdom of animals works, right? So we work in unison. So you don't have to know all of the kingdoms. Find the one that you specialize in, or that you feel called to, and work your way through that. And then once you get comfortable and familiar, and you know your shit like comfortably, to where it's not a whole lot more studying to be done, now it's more of just practice. Now you can go and pick another kingdom and say, you know what, now I got this animal kingdom down pat, and I think that the most essential one to know for me next would be plant kingdom, the herbs and the diet and nutrition. So I think I'm gonna spend my next few months or year in learning the plant kingdom. I'm already a sacred animal venom practitioner, so throughout the week I'm doing snake venom, doing Cambo, giving scorpion venom, doing ceremonies, blah blah blah. And then when I get off, I go and study. That's how I was doing it. I started off growing some of the best cannabis in Detroit. And then once I had that shit down pat, all right, keep doing that. And I was doing that. And then what I would get done in that grow room, now I'm going and starting on these mushrooms. And I started growing the mushrooms more and more and just doing different ways and different styles and mastering that. So then once I solidified that, I added that on. So I got the plant kingdom, boom. Then I got the fungi kingdom, right? So then I want to learn more about the mineral kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I'm going into the minerals, learning about how those things in the body, you know what I'm saying? Like the different minerals we take, the magnesium, the calcium, the iron on the body. Magnesium is best absorbed on the skin, not orally, right? So learning and then the externals, the Yiming Jus, the transdimensional quartz crystals, the tiger's eye, the rose quartz, the tourmaline, all of these, and learning how to incorporate that with the plant medicine and the fungi medicine, right? Then I started leaning into the kingdom of man and became a Reiki practitioner and learned the beauty of that, because I didn't even believe in that shit when it first came to me. I was like, what? You gonna just hold your hands over me and you gonna start healing me with your hands with some energy coming from, that's what you tell, man, if you don't get, but I really want to have sex with you, so I'm just gonna be like, that's interesting. So that's what you do, okay? Because I was introduced to it by Tati, the mother of my children, the person I had this relationship with for the last few years. So, you know, it was like when she introduced me to this, it was like, yeah, all right, yeah, I hear you. I ain't finna disrespect you because, you know what I'm saying? I know where I'm at. I know it's important to me, and that's not. But as I got familiar with her and she did Reiki on me, I had this dumb toothache. I was at like an event. I was out in public and it was getting worse and worse. Later it got, and I was like, oh man, I gotta go to the crib, man. I'm in pain, bro. I gotta go. And so I got in the car and I'm riding and I'm hitting her up like, yo, my shit hurt, man. Woo, woo. And she was like, you want me to do some Reiki on it? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm like, man, she got me fucked up with this shit, man. But fuck it, whatever. Because at this point, anything, man. And I went to the crib and she told me, lay back. And she did some shit and wrote some shit on her hand and went to doing some shit. And I'm looking at her like, the fuck is you, the Karate Kid? Like Mr. Miyagi and shit. But I'm shutting the fuck up because and she put her hand down and she started just whoop, and her hand was like kind of just above my, and I'm like, the fuck? And about 3 minutes later, I just kind of felt myself, because by now her hand is on my cheek. And so I just felt myself kind of just relaxing in like the physical touch, right? It's like her hand's warm. It's kind of like, and I'm leaning back and I'm just leaning there and I'm thinking about all type of shit. And then something just made me think like, where's the pack? Wait. And I grabbed her hand and moved her hand. Like, hold on. And I moved her hand. How the, oh shit. Oh, bitch, you magical for real. Like, hold on. What you, and I was fucked up. And she was like, I told you this Reiki shit. And shit, she had a Reiki class a couple months later and I was in it front and center. Motherfuckers thought it was a joke. She's having a class and I'm there and they're like, oh yeah, really? And I'm like, yeah, no, really. And they're like, oh, you serious? Like, hell yeah. No, I'm about to learn this shit. And I got she sat there like all the rest of the students, did everything like, and I realized, and then yoga. She signed us up to become yoga instructors and learn how to become yoga instructors, like to give yoga. And I was like, what? Yoga, man, you had me bending all up, my ass all in the air and all this bullshit. I was highly like, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm out the military and they was looking at this shit every time I walk into a room. You got men with their ass tooted up and twist this way and twist, like, get the fuck out. I'm that, you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of offish to it. And then I got in there and I took it serious though. Even though I felt like that, I took it serious. And I started doing it and it started just opening up these chambers and these. I understand why people, this whole thing that's going on about yoga is evil. I'd be laughing because if you really get into yoga, you'll understand why they're saying that, because it is opening up different portals within yourself. There's different things that's been blocked, that's been held back, that's been held in, especially in today's society. Like, think about how I just said I didn't want to do yoga because it was infeminating. That's how I felt. Like, you got to think, what creates that mindset? Like the feminization, and it's almost like I feel the need to protect my manhood and my masculinity because of the destruction of it within the community. It's like, no, not mine. Nope, not mine. I'm keeping mine. You ain't about to have me with my ass tooted up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, you can't even actually do physical exercises and yoga and releasing and opening of chambers as a man because of these constructs. You need that shit because of that construct. So I took it serious, and I'm talking about like we doing full yoga, doing shit for hours, and then I'm just crying. Like I'm literally just start crying. Like, what the fuck? Why are you crying? I'm asking myself that. Like, and they laughing like a motherfucker because they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so just realizing how much that's needed, especially going through healing. Because a lot of this shit that you need to let go of is the shit that is being clogged to cause the physical manifestation of the illness or disease that you're going through. So this healing kingdom of man is very, very important because a lot of these diseases are diseases of man. A lot of these diseases are man-made. A lot of these diseases are dinner table diseases, and then a lot of the other ones are environmentally and emotionally and hormonally. A lot of these diseases are literally man-made diseases. And so you need some man-made medicines. That's where the kingdom of man comes in. Your prayer, your meditation, your placebo, your libido. Yeah, yeah. So, oh man, I just wanted to kick it, man, about just, education and why it's important and where these education plateaus are at. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn how to become an integration coach? Highly advise anybody starting out, that will be integration, no matter where you're going, whether it's in the alternative healthcare or into the shamanistic realms. Learning how to integrate your clients is the utmost important. I would advise everybody or invite everybody to start off with integration training. TheCondorApproach.com. www.thecondorapproach.com. Join their program. Come on out. I'll be there. I always am. I've been at every one, and I plan on being at every one. And if y'all know me, y'all know I don't go nowhere. So you got to ask yourself, why the fuck is Seven literally flying out of town every fucking time these people have an event to be there? Aren't you a fucking integration coach already? Yeah. Like the third time I was there. I'm on like the 7th or 8th. So you have no reason to be there. You don't have to be there. No, but why the fuck wouldn't I? Have you been there? Because if you're asking me that, apparently you haven't been there. So if you're trying to be a practitioner, I invite you to start off learning the integration techniques. The things that they pass you will literally assist you with every client you're going to meet after that. So start there, right? After that, Spiritual Ascension University. If you don't have a foundation of these things, I would invite you to start with www.spiritualascension University. This will teach you basically all of the basics, all of the grassroots understanding, all of the small, tedious things that a lot of people skip over, but you definitely want to know. And I feel like Spiritual Ascension University is the perfect prerequisite, if you will, to get people prepared for the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit and the curriculums that we offer. So it's almost like a little train to just get you ready. And by the time you go through the Condor Approach to Spiritual Ascension University and end up in the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, we're going to take you through all the prerequisites of how to become a practitioner of a healer or a practitioner of shamanism. And then once you go through all your prerequisites, we send you to whatever country to train with the master under whatever medicine that you are trying to train under, to get that training directly from these master teachers. Oh my God. Y'all have absolutely no idea the type of shit that we have put together for y'all. And if you all have the time and the exchange and want it, it's going to be there for you. So, thank y'all for y'all time. Woo, yeah, flying around the country in the mid depth of winter too. I know, right? I know, right? I ain't tripping. It's worth it. It's worth it. I love the Condor approach, man. I love Spiritual Ascension University. I love the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit and houseofgenesis.org. Go and sign up for our email list. Psychonaut Academy of Detroit does have a YouTube channel. You don't have to follow on social media. You can go on YouTube, look up the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit or The Pad, find it, subscribe. But other than that, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. And please today tell somebody. Oh, hold on. Oh shit, Remy LeBou. Please, Remy, what's up, baby? Peace be unto you. Tell somebody that you love them in a language that they can understand it in. Peace.